morning, students. Today in this class we will discuss the second part of the topic anatomy of flowering plant. In the previous section we discussed about the various tissues, the meristematic tissue in the chapter. I discussed about the various aspects of meristematic tissue and the different types of simple permanent tissue in the plant. Now another topic starts, which is called complex permanent tissue. In previous section I teased about the simple permanent tissue. The permanent tissue is a tissue which lose the ability to divide and hence become permanent. So this type of tissue occupies the various organ space in the plant body. There are three types of simple permanent tissue: parenchymatous cells and parenchymatous tissue. The collenchymatous tissue comprises of collenchymatous cells and sclerenchymatous tissue comprises of sclerenchymatous cells. Now the basic reason behind the why we call it simple, because only one type of cells are present in simple permanent tissue. They have a specific dimension, specific size, such as parenchymatous cells are isodiametric, oval, spherical, while the collenchymatous cells have a specific shape and the walls are cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin, corners. Now the explanation behind complex permanent tissue is why we call it complex, because tissue is a group of cells perform a single function, perform a specific function. So complex permanent tissue also perform a specific function, but it perform function with the help of more than one cells. This is why it is called, that's why it is called complex. So complex mean the different kind of cells having different shapes and size, different functions, but comprises and together constitute a tissue, perform a specific complex function and basic function of the plant. So here are two types of complex permanent tissue. One is called xylem and second complex permanent tissue is phloem. Xylem is a permanent tissue having more than one type of complex cells. The main function of xylem is to conduct water and minerals. Conduct water and minerals from the soil and transport it towards the upper body part of plant, while phloem is the tissue which is meant for translocation of food. Phloem is meant for translocation of food from upper body parts of the plant, the photosynthesis product, and transfer it to the different parts of the plant. Different parts where the food is needed. When the food is not needed, it is stored in the different organs of the food of the plant in the form of fruits and also in other body parts of the plant. So xylem and phloem is the complex permanent tissue. One is meant for conducting water and minerals, while another is meant for translocation of food from one place to another of the plant where it is needed. Now when we talk about the anatomy of the xylem, it is the, first of all, xylem is made up of four types of cells. Xylem cells. Xylem is made up of four types of cells. One is xylem tracheids. Another is xylem vessel. One is xylem tracheids, another is xylem vessel, the third one is xylem fiber, and the fourth one is xylem parenchyma. As the name suggests, all the different types of cells are the part of the xylem, and together these four types of cells in the xylem tissue comprises a complex tissue, form a complex tissue which is called the xylem complex permanent tissue. All these four types of cells together constitutes the xylem tissue. Now, one by one we discuss about these cells. These are all parts of xylem bundles, and first of all we will discuss the xylem tracheids. Xylem tracheids is a cell having tapering ends. Xylem tracheids having tapering ends, and it has lignified walls. Tapering ends and lignified walls, and also it is a dead cell. The protoplasm is absent. No protoplasm is there in xylem tracheids. And xylem tracheids found in groups. Having lignified wall, and xylem tracheids have no protoplasm is there, and hence they are the dead cells. While xylem vessels is a kind of cell having wide cavity, xylem vessels. Xylem vessels have the perforated walls. Xylem vessels have perforated walls. It is also dead cell, no protoplasm is there, but xylem vessels occur in a group members, and the xylem vessels together constitute xylem members, vessel members. So various vessel members are connected with each other through their perforations. Xylem tracheids is a cell which is having tapering ends and devoid of protoplasm, while xylem vessels are found as perforations, and the walls of different xylem vessel members are connected with each other to conduct water. So these perforations, these are the perforations of one xylem vessel, and the same type of xylem vessel member is together attached with it, and they are called xylem vessel members, and vessel members together are stuck together to conduct the water and minerals. So this is the xylem vessel member. Now the second tissue, the third member of the xylem element is the xylem fiber. Xylem fiber is a special cell which is also dead cell and highly thickened cell, and it has lignified wall, and it is a thickened cell, and which is the dead cell also, xylem fiber. The fourth one is the xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma is a living cell, and it has thin wall cell made up of cellulose. It has a photosynthetic capacity and also used to store food and other substances in the form of tannin, etc. So this is the function of xylem parenchyma. So parenchyma, only the xylem parenchyma is the living cell, while the xylem tracheids, xylem vessels and xylem fibers are the dead cells. The xylem tracheids and xylem vessels are absent in gymnosperm. This is the main feature. So we can say that xylem vessels and tracheids are the characteristic feature of the angiosperm. Gymnosperm are devoid of tracheids and vessels. These four types of cell together present in the xylem tissue, which is a complex tissue. Now one thing is that xylem is of two types. First is primary xylem and second is secondary xylem. Primary xylem and secondary xylem. In the primary xylem, there are two types of stages. First is called protoxylem and second is called metaxylem. Protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem is the first form primary xylem, while the metaxylem is the later formed primary xylem. In the plants, there are two conditions of protoxylem and metaxylem appearance in the plant tissue. In stem, the protoxylem lies towards the center or towards the pith, and later formed metaxylem, later formed metaxylem of the primary xylem lies towards the periphery. When the protoxylem of primary xylem lies towards the center and metaxylem towards the periphery, this condition found in the diploid stems, and this is called endark condition. It is called endark condition. While in roots, the protoxylem of primary xylem lies towards the periphery, while the later formed primary xylem, metaxylem, lies towards the center or pith. This condition is called exarch, E-X-A-R-C-H, exarch condition. So when the formation of the xylem lies towards the central pith, towards the pith part, this is called the endark condition. When the formation of the xylem of primary xylem occur towards the periphery, this is called exarch condition. So this is the brief description of the xylem element.